Artlab is a radically inclusive digital art studio for teens 13 to 19 years old. It opened in 2011 at the Hirshhorn Museum and Sculpture Garden to provide local youth free access to the latest technology, a wide range of art materials, and one-on-one mentorship from professional artists to support their creative learning. With a variety of special programs and resources, Artlab cultivates community and fosters the next generation of innovators.
My name is Tiz. I'm the main producer on this track. The feel, I want them to feel like a vibe, or like this is a place where they can come and get hyped, get lit, and like feel acceptable here. Basically, me and Trey, we came up with this chord progression.
Tez and I started originally like planning out the beat together, and then Janae was going through certain types of songs and how certain vibes should feel. So we tried to like go with upbeat tempo songs, but we tried to like have a very simplistic, very happy kind of vibe or something like that.
I came up with this sound. This as a for the kick. Then I added on a snare to it. In comes the hi-hats. And on top of that, I filtered one and I added gross beats to it, so to get it like that kind of effect or whatever. Yeah. And as a final product, I came.
Okay, so that was hard. Like writing to a specific theme, I'm never really good at it, but like it was difficult. It was like trying to express myself to a group of people, but using my own way of talking to them, but also in like a way that the people I'm making the song for would appreciate and like would want to put out there.
The beats pop, learning how to
photos of production music, open studio.
Beats pop, emerging artists.
Open studio gonna teach you. Open studio gonna teach you how to open studio gonna show you that
Energy we partner Energy we partner in with emerging artists and too much. TK and I did have to start writing. It was one day we just did not click like that, but then one day I decided like, yo, let's just try this. And then we decided to start writing down bar for bar, and then we started picking up and rolling just like that. And I was like, wow, this is very much easier when we try to like just be a lot more easygoing about it, then instead of just trying to go out the wall or think out the box, like, let's just stick to something normal, and then tiny baby steps. Open studio, gotta open coolie flow. Open studio, gotta open coolie flow. I was just messing around.
No, seriously though, like I can't think of anything.
Open studio, just use what I said then.
No, it's not something that TK would say.
Oh yeah. Well, you can change it, but you just float around with studio some way like. Open studio, TK got that cutie flow. Something like that. So the way it started was that she came up with 2 bars, I followed up with another 2 bars, she came up with another 2 bars, and I came up with another 2 bars, and we just followed so on and so on and so on. Promise you won't be no fool, we putting our lives in your medulla.
We got mentors, we got tutors with experience to do this.
From the photos to production to performances and music. With the latest tech, always fresh enough to date.
Oh, y'all sharing. I'm about to say, how do you know how you get the same thing on the same page?
It's like, yeah.
Back and forth for like.
So it's 2
It's just we're going back
to
to 8
10
bars.
So that's more than 8 bars. So we got 2 bars here, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's the amount of bars we got just going back and forth. And TK is gonna spit her verse and I'm gonna spit my verse. And then we got a hook, so I gotta type that down actually too. We wanted to make sure we incorporated everything into this song, not like just the open studio. Artlab is so much more to offer than just that. And also, we wanted to make sure this is not so much of a boring infomercial, because what teenager is gonna listen to a bunch of boring infomercials, man? We don't. It's not how we roll. We don't go like that.
Hey, we have 3D printers. Or would you rather hear someone say, we got 3D printers? Hey, come to downtown, hey. DC, where you at now? Hey.
Yeah, a lot more teens will be recorded and hyped by that than just...
Yeah.
Hello, we have 3D printers, we have a recording studio, and we have open mic time. You should stop by. No,
Yeah, so I guess that's like how we wrote it. We were just trying to like put our experience into it while still making it like informational, while still making it entertaining and lit enough to attract attention.
A R T to the L to the A to the B. A R T to the L to the A to the B. A R T to the L to the A to the B.
Oh, I like it. It
R
sounds so good.
T to the L to the A to the B.
TK.
I like that.
I like the hook. We did that. We did the hook.
What do you like?
Like the stuff happening in Artlab, those interactions, do that part, we can have those. But then, yeah, but that's for everybody, so.
I felt good working with them, and from my perspective, I see them as like geniuses, because most of the things that they were like saying, like this how the shoot gonna go, like I would never thought we had to do anything like that, and yeah.
Yeah, they definitely came through with the whole script.
Yeah.
I was talking to Candace about what we were going to do, and she told me each shot, each location of where we were going to shoot the shots, and I was like, wow.
They was well prepared.
You used a program to just key out the green screen and make yourself transparent. Everything about you transparent.
For me, it was kind of cool too, because when I was in high school, I was part of a STEM program and I was studying digital media and animation and stuff like that. And it's kind of cool to like see the product of 2 things I grew up like loving, animation and music, like come into one thing. Yeah, I would say it was really fun. It was since it was like a new experience, I can't really like compare it to anything. But overall, I would say it was like it was kind of like a very anxious moment for me, but it was also very like eye-opening at the same time.
Amber, hit that slate for us one time.
For me, one thing I learned was to pay attention. Because if you don't pay attention, you can miss out on the littlest, biggest thing.
Facts. Big facts, man. You got different people telling you different things, and they're all trying to work together to achieve the same thing. So you shouldn't just listen to like just one person alone, because you may have one person right here trying to tell you something. You got a person all the way in the back trying to tell you something, but they're both working together to produce a different feeling, a different vibe more so. I'm over here whipping my head everywhere. I'm over here dancing like this is still an outside shoot. But they was like, dude, you gotta lock down. This is just once in your face. So all that you're doing is cool and all, but we can't see it.
I think something I learned during production was, it kind of goes back to the facial expression thing. Like, I realized I learned I didn't have as much energy, like, that I thought I would have, like, on the other side of the camera. Like, to everyone else, like, my energy is, like, usually pretty up there, like, in person, but over the camera, it's just like, well, she's just kind of standing there. But then, like, back to what you were saying, like, it's like when you were, like, to everybody else, it's like a lot of energy, but through the camera, it's like, oh, he's turning up, he's lit, like, yeah. So it's like, yeah.
For me, most definitely was the hero shot, because that was a shot of me only. I'm not too self-centered, but when something is about me, it's, you know, I feel more important. Another thing that I liked was the part where we was like coming down the steps and Janae was like entering us into the space. So yeah, I really like that part.
I think my favorite part of the production was definitely when we first started in front of the Hirshhorn and we did the very first shot of me and Trey like standing in front of the Hirshhorn, that Sweetman shot. I think that was my favorite part because I was like, yes, it's begun. I guess I expected everything to be a little more straightforward.
Pretty much.
Like I expected it to be like, okay, this is what we're doing, this is how you have to do it, and yeah, just do it. And I'd be like, okay, perfect, I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna go do it, get it done, on to the next part. But it was like every time I tried to do something, it was like, okay, well, now let's try this, let's tweak it. Oh wait, let's go back to this. Okay, wait, let's add a little bit of this. All right, now, never mind, take it back. And it was like, I expected it to be more like, to the point, like more blunt, I guess.
I'm happy, I'm proud. We love each other. Yeah, Artlab. Yeah, Artlab.
Gang production team. Waiting on one more.
You don't know Electric Company? Wow, I don't even know what did it come on.
Don't come to the top.
But we'll get them every time.
Definitely throughout this masterclass, I've been able to learn a lot about all of the equipment and the roles that it plays in the production process, like the key lights, fill lights, and backlights, just how they're able to, what each of them like adds to the scene in order to get that perfect interview look.
The Zoom recorder, you gotta make sure you're watching it. Like you have to monitor it, make sure it doesn't stop, make sure it's still recording the sound, make sure the numbers stay between the -12, -6. Yeah, but it's like it's cool. It's like a cool experience, and I'm glad that I got to be a part of it.
It's also great, like, reviewing the footage after in post-production when you see like how all of your audio and video has been collected, like, and then being able to like move into programs like Premiere, a lot like when we were using Choreograph during the Pepper production teams. We use keyframes in both programs, both Choreograph and Premiere Pro. So it's a little bit of a cross-relation there. It's actually helpful using one into the other.
One technical thing that I came across was using FL Studio and different plugins, how using the MIDI key connected it to FL Studio, coming up with chord progression.
Another thing that we learned during the course of this program was learning how to mix and master. We touched on compressors and limiters and how the decibels and the volume should not go over a certain point. Shout out to Yak. Shout out to Yak, the Youth Access Grant. This made it all possible. So thank y'all very much for being able to allow us to do this.
I feel like this is a place where I feel accepted. I like the people here. I like the programs. I like the environment. I like the things we do. School of Hip Hop, Open Studio. It's just a vibe down here.
I would say Artlab would be a unicorn because it's like, you know, okay, unicorns are seen as this like mythical creature that it's it's very rare to find one. You will never find another place like Artlab in DC. It's a unicorn in DC, like. So I have been in Artlab since I was like 15 or 16-ish. And as a person, I would say Artlab has helped me grow in the sense that I've become more honest to myself. It's always hard to be like honest to yourself, obviously, because you never want to admit your own faults and stuff like that. But being around like the mentors who were so mature and so helpful, it's helped me. I feel like that's helped me like mature in my own way. And as an artist, I went from 0 to hero because I came into Artlab not knowing anything about the booth, not knowing anything about the studio, how to record, how to project my voice. I was really quiet when I first came here. Like, it was just, I didn't know how to talk to people about my art and stuff like that. Like, Artlab's helped me open up, I guess, about that. It's helped me be able to reach out about my art and make those connections so I can get my art out there and get recognized.
I would have to say my best moment at Artlab in particular. This Masterclass. Definitely this Masterclass.